We have approximately 20 locations across the country as well as in Europe. And our responsibility in operations is to provide the infrastructure for the university, which includes the information technology, video support, and all those functions that allow the faculty to teach in the classroom as well as provide consulting and other performance support requirements for the DoD workforce. Telepresence was an idea that came forward as we were looking at new ways to try and have a high-quality collaboration method. It truly has been a game-changing process for how we can provide collaboration for students in a way so that they could really see and understand each other very clearly, share information from multiple sites.
In a training or education environment, you really can't replace the human element. The facial expressions, the body language, it makes all the difference in the world. With telepresence, the faculty and the students can be brought together in a virtual setting. It's very real time. The audio is fantastic. The visual is so real. It's been a huge benefit.
Before we had VTC, the traditional video teleconferencing, you couldn't even distinguish faces with the VTC we had. At each site we had between 8 to 10 students. And you can imagine as you add sites, it's down to just images on a screen. From a teaching perspective, it was difficult to read what was going on with the students. Did they understand the question? Are they thinking about it? Are they paying attention? Did they hear me? You couldn't tell that because you couldn't see the faces.
Telepresence, as we learned about it, we realized was a capability that could bridge some significant gaps for us. We tried to understand the marketplace and who was out there and who had a telepresence as a generic capability solution. We found that Polycom had the best overall solution for us, and we have an excellent product because of it. Polycom from the very beginning was very open to discuss both what I think of as the visible features of telepresence as well as the support requirements, some of the down the road considerations for us. And probably to me, one of the most important capabilities was their flexibility and willingness to be able to respond when we were ready to install a telepresence and where we were ready to install it.
When we started classes with telepresence, the students enthusiastically wrote in their weekly feedback that it was a big difference, that it did enhance their ability to learn because they weren't so much distracted by the technology, and that it had been a big distractor for them before. It feels like they're in the room, and that's some of the feedback that we get from them as well. It offers us the opportunity to share resources. If we have a training that can be made available across all of the regions, that allows us the opportunity to do that.
When we are located at 10 different locations with our telepresence, which we will become this winter, we can get VIPs, senior DoD and industry executives who might be in Los Angeles, who can speak to our executive class maybe here at Fort Belvoir, and that expands dramatically the kind of senior speakers that we can get into classes.
With telepresence, we are currently reaching more people than we ever could have dreamed we would be, folks that you otherwise wouldn't be able to obtain at all to participate in an event.
When they're going to start a new course up and we put a task force together, and we might bring 10 people together from around the country for several weeks at a time, we can do a lot of that with telepresence. And our senior leadership is very excited that we will be able to engender some fairly significant savings from travel.
In the Department of Defense, we've been doing more with less every year for a very long time. What the telepresence capability affords us is a means of bringing geographically dispersed individuals together for training opportunities at a lot less cost. The Department of Defense has experienced significant cost savings from the use of the telepresence capability.
Telepresence is clearly, to me, at the far end of the spectrum of a collaboration tool for people to communicate, share information. It is an absolutely superb solution.